Hey, what's going on, you guys? Welcome to Draw 2. My name is Ramney, and this is another episode in my series where I show you how to draw your favorite sports logos in easy-to-follow, simple step-by-step instructions. Before we begin, I do want to say a few things. If you guys are into sports and have a lot of favorite sports teams, be sure to hit that subscribe button below this video so that you guys are notified anytime that I post brand new tutorials on your favorite sports logos. The tools that you need to draw these, as usual, is a pencil, an eraser, any type of white paper, and black ink pens to ink afterwards. As you are drawing, remember that you can pause at any time so you guys can catch up on your drawings. We all draw at different speeds, so find a pace that works for you and stick to it. And also, if your logos look a little different than mine or look a little different than the actual logos, that is completely acceptable. That is fine as well. Having said all of that, you guys, let's get started drawing the logo. Okay, you guys, for the Barcelona crest, we're going to need a square that is divided in half, both up and down and left and right. So let's go ahead and do that. So I'm first going to draw. I'm not going to use a ruler for this one, but feel free to do so if you want. But I'm going to draw a straight line, just approximately the center of my page, that way, and right around here. If you're not used to drawing straight lines, then yes, please go ahead and use a ruler. I mean, I've got one right beside me, but I've gotten used to going without a ruler that I'm pretty okay with not using one. And now that I've got my paper divided, I'm going to find a square right around here. So there, I want this length, the same down here. And then, of course, this way and this way. There you go. So when we draw the crest for Barcelona, it should fit right in here in this square. Let me just fix this up just a little bit. It doesn't have to be perfect because we will be erasing this square guideline eventually, but we will need these for our crest. Okay, so there's that. Let me zoom in just so we can get a better idea of what it should look like. There it is. And then let's start breaking down the parts and let's start drawing the actual shield for Barcelona. So I'm going to start over here and I'm going to draw these two little lines. They should be similar to each other in angle. Obviously they're going to be opposite directions. We're going to start there. And then from here, think of this as going from here to here. So imagine a line going straight. It goes like that, and from here to here. So we create this little point here at the bottom. Okay, and then right around here, I'm going to start drawing a curve. And you want to make sure that this curve is the same on both sides. So take your time and try to get this curve as nice as possible. And you can pause this video if you want, just so you guys can concentrate on getting this curve the same. You guys might notice that I'm using my wrist to do the turning and not my fingers. Okay. There you go. That's good enough, I think. Now let's go up at the top, and you want to create a U shape where the center is right here, right where the center is. So find a spot right here and right here, and make that U shape. And then you want to make sure that this is about a third. So here's a third. I'm going to draw another U shape right here. And here's the other third. So you want to make sure that U shape is about a third, going from here to here. 1/3, 1/3, 1/3. Okay, there you go. Now from here, I'm just going to draw a line going this way and a line going this way. And from this point, not at the edge here, here's the edge. I'm going to find a spot right here. And what I'm going to do is I'm also going to draw a curve. And I want the top of the curve. Okay, here's the edge. I want to go a little bit inside, not at the edge, but further a little bit in this way. I want the top of this curve right here, the crest of the curve, to be up here, and then it goes down like this. Okay, so you want it to go about this much in, and then it goes out like that. Okay, now same thing on this side. Of course, you want to make sure that they're symmetrical to each other. And that's the crust right there. I'm going to start erasing the outside square, but I'm not going to erase the center lines because we still need those. So I just keep going until I get everything right. There you go. And then now I'm going to outline about this much, about this wide, all the way around. So you just keep going and outline the inside all the way around, and you'll have to do it twice. So again, take your time and try to get those outlines as nice as possible. Get those lines nice and crisp. Okay, so I did it one time, and now I'm going to do it a second time, but I'm not going to do it right here. Here is where we're going to have the F, C, and B letters, and then the top is going to have the symbol for Barcelona, symbol for Spain, I believe, and here's the symbol for the football club. And I'm going to start right here, and it looks like I'm following the outlines, but I'm going to stop short right there, and then I'm going to continue right here. So you notice that this right here is wider than this here. So you want to make sure that this is about that wide all the way around. And here at this point, there's no more need to make this little line right here. You just want to end it at a point like that. And you just keep going. Remember that it's wider than the first outline that you did. Okay. Right here, you want to end up at a point. Don't draw this kind of line anymore. And you notice that over here, I have these three sort of running down the same line. You want to make sure you do that as well. Okay. So you keep going. And then for this one, you just keep going. You just keep going across like that. There's no need to follow this little triangular point right there. You just make it go through. There you go. Now, a little bit below the center, about that much, you want to draw a straight line meeting this point to this point. And you'll notice too that this, you see these little points that I've made over here, they should match up if I draw a line going straight. So find this right here. So you're going to draw a semicircle from here to here. So you make this little semicircle there. Okay. And once you do that, you'll have to make a circle. And this is, of course, the football. Find the top and the bottom first. So about this much from the top and this much from the bottom, a little bit higher up. So we want this to be wider than this one down here. And then you just find that circle. At the center. There you go. Let's work on the bottom and then we'll work on the top. So let's zoom in. And then you want to find the center of that circle. You want to put a dot right there. And then you want to divide this circle into thirds. So it'll look like a Y shape upside down. And it should be 3 equal parts. And that's what you want right there. Now what you want to do is you want to find the middle part of these lines, the radius. Okay. Start over here. I'm going to make that curve. And then a second one like that. Down here, I go up 1, 2. And then down here, 1, 2. And these are, of course, going to be the patterns inside that soccer ball or football. And now from here, line going across that way. This one goes across this way. And this one goes across to there. So there's that football right there. Okay, now we're going to have to divide this into 7. And that's probably going to be
pretty tough, but you want to make sure you start here at the center, and you kind of want to figure out maybe about that much, and then you want to divide this into 3. Okay, so you want to find this first. You want to find the center, and then once you do, you take this space and you want to divide it evenly into 3. So that's good. Okay, now here, that's about right. Now you can use a ruler, I mean, to draw these lines if you wish. But like I always say, I like the imperfections of drawing it freehand. So I'm going to draw it freehand. And at the end of it, you should have 7 lines going down. Okay, now if it's going to be blue, and then that purple color, blue, purple, blue, purple, blue. And that's the bottom. Now we're pretty much finished with the bottom. Let's work on the top, and let's start right here. So you still have the center line right here. You want to find a spot right about this far. So the center line, this is narrow right here. You want this to be a little bit wider. So about, this should be 2/3, or I mean twice as big as this. So about this big, you want to go twice as big to the top here. There you go. Once you have that line, you can erase these lines, but not quite the center line. Make sure you still have that center line in sight. All right, now let's zoom in to the top. This side is going to, the top side is going to be divided into 2, of course. And this side is going to be a red cross, and we're going to start right here and right here. So you want to make sure that you find this and you divide it into thirds. Okay, so that's divided into thirds, and you want to do the same thing going across. Draw it lightly first where you think the line should go, and then once you're confident with it, you can darken those lines, just like that. Of course, you're not going to get a perfect looking cross because this isn't a perfect looking, it's not a square, so don't worry. There you go, there's the red cross with a white background right there. Now over here, we're going to have it divided into 9. So here's my, let's start with this little crest right here. I'm just going to draw a line going straight down and then a little line going this way, and that should act as your center. And then you just find the other 9. Let me make this a little bit more narrow. There you go. And then you can find the other 9. So just take this and divide it into 4. Find the center right there, and then divide it into 4. Okay, find the center. So there's the middle, and then divide this into 4. And if you guys did it right, they should be about the same size. Just like that. And of course, this is yellow, red, yellow, red, yellow, red, yellow, red, yellow. All right. Now we're down to the last thing, and that is the FCB. That is right here. Of course, it's a football club, Barcelona. I'm going to find these 3. You see these 3 lines right here, or 3 spots. I kind of want my letters to be within those. So my F should end off right here, and the B should end off right there. I'm going to draw a little line going across. That's going to be the top of my letters. And then a line going across this way should be the bottom of my letters. Okay. Now, they're going to be about that big. So the B should be within here, and the F should be here. And then the B, or the C, is right in here. So there you go. I've created 3 rectangles for the F, the C, and the B. And then you just take your pencil, make sure you sharpen it, and let's find that F. Okay, I'm going to start off with this rectangle right here, and then another rectangle at the top. So it looks like an upside down L, and then a square, well, more like a rectangle, running down the center, and that's the F. Okay, over here I'm going to start off with the, excuse me, the corners first. I'm going to round them off. So I've got this thing that looks like an oval right in the center, diagonal line right there, and right here. Okay, I want to make sure that I've got the same width as this. I want to make sure that the letters are the same width, same size. There you go. There's the C. And then lastly, the B. Here's that line. Okay, and then over here, I'm going to find the center first, and I'm going to create a little rectangle like that, or a triangle. and then the top, and then the bottom. All right. Now I'm going to find a point right here and right here. And then the top, I'm going to draw a line, and the bottom a line. So you've got that. And then the center. And try to make it so that right here should line up with this, and this should line up with this. There you go. There's FCB. Now let's zoom out, and that's it, you guys. We've got the Barcelona Football Club crest right here. And all we have to do is just ink it, and there you go. For all of you Iniesta fans and Messi and Neymar fans, this is for you.
And that's all the time that we have today. Thank you for watching all the way to the end of this tutorial. If you guys are proud of the drawings that you made, head on over to the Google Plus community and post your artwork there for everybody else to enjoy. If you guys are curious about the equipment that I use to make these videos or to do these tutorials, I have links to those in the description below. And if you guys are feeling extra generous, I also have links down below for swag such as Draw It 2 t-shirts, mugs, and mouse pads. And I also have a link to my online store, drawit2.storeenvy.com, where you can purchase any of my artwork. And here on YouTube, I now have a support me button that is now on the front page of my channel. Clicking on those links helps ensure that content creators like myself are supported so that we can continue making stuff like this for you guys free of charge. If you did enjoy this tutorial, it would help me a great deal if you liked this video, commented below, or shared this with your friends in social media. And speaking of social media, don't forget you guys can find me on Google+, Instagram, Facebook, and on my website, drawit2.com, where you can download a whole bunch of coloring pages related to my other tutorials in this channel. Again, you guys, links to those are down in the description below. Having said all of that, thank you once again, and as always, stay tuned for more so you can learn to draw it too. I'll see you guys in my next tutorial video.